Hi, SheLoves. I'm Idelette McVicker, founder and president of SheLoves Media Society, and I'm coming to you from the unceded territories of the Kwantlen and the Semiahmoo peoples today.
Hi, my name is Leah Abraham. I'm the editor-in-chief of SheLoves magazine, and I am coming to you from the land that used to be inhabited by the Tutelo people, now Roanoke, Virginia, in the United States.
Hi. We and I are going to chat today. We have a brand new giving campaign. This is the first year that SheLoves is doing Giving Tuesday, and we're really excited about it. We have some big plans and vision for going into 2021, and we just wanted to share some of that with you and what's happening at SheLoves. So Leah, do you want to kind of take us away on what's some of the vision and strategies that you have for next year? Or first of all, how are you?
The big question of 2020. Doing okay, I think, right? This has been a really incredibly hard year for so many of us. COVID is really hard it's just, if anything, like we've talked about how the global pandemic is a form of apocalypse, right? And an unveiling that helps us recognize who we are and the structures that we live in. And so it has been personally, it's been a year of a lot of unveiling for myself, and a lot of what Brenda Lee Sasaki called truth listening, right? Like listening to the truth of the world, my community, my neighborhood, the country I live in, myself. So yeah, a lot of reckoning, which is good and beautiful, but it's also really hard to go through and doing that work.
I hear you.
What about you? How are you doing, Idelette?
Yeah, you know, I'm okay too. It's interesting because, COVID is so hard. It strips down everything, right? It unveils in so many ways. And I was just talking to a friend who is actually in Uganda, and I was saying, yeah, it unveils all the things that are wrong about society, but it also unveils the goodness in people, right? It's just there's so much good in people too, and the way we connect with each other and the gracious spaces between us. I just those are the things that are so beautiful for me about this year. I feel really stripped down in many ways, right? And like um yeah, but it's a good thing. I feel like it's what's truly important, right? Like priorities,
Yeah.
what is meaningful, what matters, right? So yeah, I think that, I think, yeah, it's hard to watch the people around me really suffer. And as an introvert, this is a good space for me. My extrovert friends are having a really, really hard time, right? And my heart's breaking for that, including my husband, you know, right? And then, yeah, restaurants are doing it's very hard, right, as well. But at the same time, it's like there's so much beauty and goodness too. There's like this, yeah. Anyway, I like connecting first, and I think this is the heart of SheLoves. I was talking to a friend yesterday, and we wanted to get some things done. And first of all, I was like, "No, hold on. How are you?" Right? And I think that's what we're doing here, right? We're remembering the humanity in each other, and yeah. So even as we talk, right? Yeah, and so it reminds me when you're saying that, it's just like the apocalypse and unveiling. And so we're launching as part of Giving Tuesday, we're launching a SheLoves Giving campaign. And part of this, the word that's come to mind for me is making highways in the wilderness. That this is such a wilderness time, and this has been a word that's been over this year. Wilderness, and the kind of the context for me that's coming to mind is this Psalm 84, where there is this vision of going up to Jerusalem, of people setting their hearts on pilgrimage of going up to the New Jerusalem, right? And but um, they have to walk through the valley of weeping first. We have to walk through the valley of weeping first. It's some translations call it the valley of Baca. It's a place of darkness. It's a place of wilderness and desertedness and emptiness and stripping. I guess it's a place of unveiling. Um, but it's so beautiful how it promises as we walk through the valley of Baca, as we walk through the wilderness of weeping, we turn it into a place of springs. God
Mm,
with us, God in us, God ahead of us, and God, God before us and God behind us. But we have to do the work.
mm,
And so I don't know, that gives me hope for just naming the place that we're in and
yeah.
also where we're heading, and that this is good work that needs to
Mm,
happen. Because we can't just have our eyes set on this sort of utopian vision of where we're going, this New Jerusalem where we want to be, but it's not that yet. There's a lot of work
yeah.
we have to do, and that this year has shown us so clearly. And we have been working at it, SheLoves, for a long time. Anyway. So that's kind of the vision for this. We want to make highways in the wilderness, and we need our readers and our community to come alongside us. But I want to hear, okay, what's on your heart for editorial, for SheLoves magazine, for this year up ahead?
Yeah. I f- in many ways, 2020 is in the for the Sheila's editorial section was kind of like a phoenix journey, right? Like we sort of started from scratch, and we had to. I think a lot of times when we start our decolonization journeys, it is the realization of, oh, the structures that I've lived in all my life has doesn't work, and we can't build upon it. We sort of have to tear it down and start from scratch. Which for some reason I did not like. That wisdom did not come to me at the beginning of the year when I said yes to this role. And so there was a lot, at least personally, I was like, oh crap, we have to like start from scratch and um, try new things and figure it out. And that was really scary at first. But what the cool part of that is, like, when you burn stuff down, the ash fertilizes your new dreams, right? Um, and I have met really incredible, like I've met new people and storytellers and writers and artists that I'm like, I didn't think I was going to make any friends during the global pandemic, but um, it's been a really fun journey of meeting these women who are incredible and talented and have so much wisdom. And so I think 2021 will be the year where we sort of amplify that. I think we're going to get to journey with more storytellers who are women of color and queer and trans, because I think those are who will lead us in this decolonization journey, right? And so yeah, so we're building relationships, we're growing our team, we're inviting new and exciting storytellers to tell us their stories and yeah, build relationships, right? I think sometimes in the thick of it, I forget that when we're talking about strategy and metrics and all of that, I forget that no matter what facet of SheLoves we're talking about, relationships it's still the point of it, right? Like the table where we break bread and share our stories is still the most important part of it. So I think, yeah, I'm really excited to explore that and explore new depths of what decolonization means to us and the intersections of all of that, and really have fun and have really exciting conversations, really.
Yeah, I love that. I'm so excited. Like, I love the voices that you brought to the table, the voices, fresh voices, young voices, new voices. Yeah, just amazing. I'm so excited for what you have in store. And just even to watch your process this year has been so beautiful. And I think even as we've been meeting together, every week, just to that is part of decolonization, is our building relationship.
Yeah.
Right, as you were saying, and story is part of that, and conversation is part of that. And so we want to do more of that, as we were talking about as a team, as a leadership team for SheLoves too. We were thinking about just what are the things that we're already doing? What is it that we're already creating? We're already doing. We're already being faithful about. And we realize we're having a lot of conversations. This is really, we bring people to the table. And we've done a lot of intimate conversations this year, like hard conversations, good conversations about, decolonizing, and what does liberation look like? What does collective liberation look like? And what does individual liberation look like? And just kind of navigating the wilderness and listening to the voices who've been in, who know the wilderness, who this is not their first rodeo, right? So the ones who already have the wisdom, who already know, like you were saying, Black, Indigenous, people of color, LGBTQ2S plus voices, like those are the people we want to hear more from and listen to. And so, yeah, I'm excited, and to create sacred spaces where those conversations can be, where we can hear each other, right? Yeah, so we want to do more of those. We want to do more intimate conversations this year and the next year in 2021. And we want to do lots of public conversations as well, right? To bring people to the table, have more public conversations as well. And hear different voices from around the world. And that's the other piece of SheLoves, right? The global sisterhood piece. And so I'm excited about that too. So.
Yeah. What about on your end, Idelette? What's coming? What's this year been like, and what's coming?
Right. Okay. So I kind of shared a little bit of that now, but also, I mean, I guess Dangerous Women is where we've really been leaning in with the sort of intimate conversations. So just more of that for next year. We want to do SheLoves Church again. It was very clear when this pandemic struck in kind of in the western part of the world, and I guess the south as well, but kind of when the whole world was really in lockdown, we realized really quickly our people need church, our women need church. Our church is a place, a safe place where we remember that this is going to be okay.
Yeah.
That we remember who is God and who are we with God, right? And who are we with each other? And so we did communion at every service. And it was this, I know for me, it helped make that time, which was so disorienting and so discombobulated, but it was this container of safety and love and community that was powerful. And so we want to do 4 of those services going into the next year. We've asked Aaron Thomas, who is a pastor in Edmonton, Alberta, to kind of lead that initiative. So I'm excited about that. We want to bring global voices to preach. And yeah, we just got such beautiful feedback on that too, right? I remember somebody saying there was an oasis in the desert, and it felt like such a safe place. And that's, I remember Abby Norman saying, SheLoves is the safest place on the internet. And, we want to be safe because we want to do hard conversations.
Yeah.
Right? Because we don't hold back on those hard conversations either, right? We, here's a hug and a little kick in the pants. We'll do both, right? Yeah, and I think that's liberating, right? I think that's just, so more of that. So church, we want to do, we want to do those public conversations, global sisterhood conversations, where our plan is to launch a monthly global sisterhood conversations where we have 5 voices from around the world around the table, where we're talking about decolonization, anti-racism, feminism, patriarchy, smashing the patriarchy, allyship, and deconstructing faith, and rebuilding faith too. Like, how do we construct, how do we build in the wilderness, right? Yeah, so just how do we make highways in the wilderness? I think all of this feels like making highways in the wilderness too,
Mm.
right? That vision of, well, once you're out here and you're like, what is this that we're doing? This feels new and this feels disorienting. And yet the call to make highways in the wilderness and don't have to do it alone. There's others out here,
Yeah.
some been here a long time, and then, those, yeah, come walk with us, right? So, yeah, I don't know. Does that, is there anything I missed?
Honestly, I'm super excited for like all of that. I'm actually a little curious, like paint me the picture of what you see when you say Place of Springs.
The springs. Wow. A place of thriving, right? A place of thriving, of wholeness, a place of justice.
Mm.
Um, I just don't think that we don't have peace until we have justice.
Yeah.
If there's no justice, there is no peace. And so, uh, acting justly, seeking justice, a place of love, places of respect and honor for each other.
Mm.
Even if we disagree about something, can we honor the humanity in the person, right?
Mm.
Disagree with the actions, can we still honor the person, right? Um, yeah, so flourishing, a place of flourishing,
Mm.
a place of community, a place of solidarity, beautifully diverse, very global. What do you think? What is a place of springs for you?
Mm. Kind of envision a generation where people don't have to wrestle with the question of social hierarchy, right? Where you're human, we know how to responsibly and fully hold each other's humanities in each other's hands and recognize that within each other. Um, where we don't have to worry about the generational trauma that's caused by the patriarchy or religion or colonization or any of it. But we inherit hope, and the earth is green and we're good stewards to the earth, right? Yeah, it's very, yeah, I don't, yeah, that's what I think of when you say it. Like the place is springs, so no one goes thirsty because there's enough water for everyone.
Yes, yes, yes. And it's good soil, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Toxicity is washed away, and yeah. Ooh, wow. When I talk about the spaces between us, I just feel, I feel that right now. Like this, like how beautiful is that, right? So alive with goodness. Mhm. Okay. So, in order to do that, in order for us to walk towards this vision of creating highways in the wilderness, to turn the valley of weeping, the wilderness of weeping, into a place of springs, yeah, we need your support, please. Right? We need people to come alongside us, who believe in this vision, who believe in this work, and to donate. And so, I hope our goal is $15,000. That means if 150 people gave $100, it's done. But of course, any amount is amazing, right? So that's, we believe in like gather up everything, because there's beauty and goodness, and yeah. And I will never forget the first time we built a well. And the person who came up to me, like, she gave, like, she's like, I can't build a whole well, but I can give you $10. And that $10 sparked a whole well. And I was like, this is exactly it, right? This matters. And so it's, giving from that heart, right? Um, yeah. So we got a big goal because we have big dreams, right? And yes,
Yeah.
big dreams. Oh, you know what? We hope you will come alongside us. And you can go to shelovesmagazine.com/donate, and you can find all the information you need there. We would love it if you would walk and make highways in the wilderness with us. Yeah. Any thoughts more? Anything else?
Cool. No, you've said it perfectly.
Yeah. So you see the heart of She Loves. You see what it is that we're about. You know the work that we've been doing, and we want to do more of it, and we want to continue doing it, and we want to do good work. So yeah, okay. And you also get a glimpse of just me and Leah hanging out. I love that. Oh, and why I love her so much. Yeah. Okay.
Honor.
So thank you so much for joining us, and I'm sure we'll continue to check back in with you over the year and telling you updates and all of that stuff. But for now, please share. Maybe ask other people who you know believe in a vision like this, who want to be part of this journey. It would be really helpful. And so we would really appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.